Welcome all. Amidst the global panic that coronavirus has brought with it, the announcement on May 12th by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi lifted our spirits. Followed by his address, our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman detailed the broad contours of India's massive 20 lakh crore fiscal stimulus package, also known as the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme. Well, before we begin to analyze the COVID-19 relief package, let us look at the Union Budget of 2020-21. Under the expenditure side, the government proposes to spend Rs 30 lakh crores approximately in 2020-21. Out of the 30 lakh crore, revenue expenditure would be 26 lakh crores and capital expenditure of around 4 lakh crores. Also, the receipts other than the net borrowings are expected to be Rs 23 lakh crores and the remaining 7 lakh crores from borrowings, which would be approximately 3.5% of India's GDP. So, in India, where the budgeted total receipts are merely 30 lakh crore, including borrowing of Rs 7 lakh crores, how can the government spend Rs 20 lakh crores? So, what is this package all about? Is this only a number game? Or is the government really spending to bail out economy in the real sense? Let's look at a 3-point analysis to understand the key fine prints. Number 1, measures for MSMEs, employees and financial institutions. The government will provide collateral-free automatic loans worth Rs 3 lakh crores to MSMEs. Now, this will be for a 4-year tenure and is 100% guaranteed. No principal repayment for 12 months will be required. And these loans will benefit 45 lakh units, allowing them to resume activity and also to safeguard jobs. 20,000 crore rupees will be infused for stressed MSMEs who have equity problems. Now this liquidity line will benefit 2 lakh MSMEs. The definition of MSMEs has also been changed so that they can avail all the benefits. A company with a turnover of 5 crore rupees will be considered a macro company.
Global tenders in government procurement will be disallowed for up to 200 crore rupees. Now this will allow MSMEs to a chance to supply for these big projects. Now since trade fairs will be difficult, government will also provide e-market facilities and their receivables. All will be cleared within 45 days, that is what FM said. EPF relief for all establishments will cover 2500 crore rupee liquidity support. Government will also provide 12% contributions to both employer and employee till August 2020. Nearly 3.6 lakh establishments and over 72 lakh employees will benefit this. Now the risk stay-at-home salaries for those who is not covered in EPF benefit, the statutory PF contribution will reduce from 12% to 10%. For state PSUs, the employers will continue to pay 12%. Employees are going to get an option of paying 10% for the next 3 months. Further, for NBFCs, HFCs, MFIs, government has launched 30,000 crore rupee special liquidity scheme, wherein the government will buy investment grade debt papers of NBFCs, HFCs and MFIs. The securities will be fully granted by the government.
2. Measures for DISCOM contractors and for real estate sector. While for DISCOMs facing unprecedented cash flow problems, a one-time emergency liquidity infusion of 90,000 crore rupees via PFC and REC is being provided. Now this will be a state-issued guarantee and a rebate will be provided to those DISCOMs that really pass benefit to end consumers. For contractors, all government agencies such as railways and highways will give 3 to 6 months extension to contractors without any extra cost. This will cover construction and goods and services contracts for real estate sector. The Urban Development Ministry shall also issue advisory to states and union territories to treat COVID-19 period as an act of God. Also for fresh project certificate can be issued and registration and completion date can also be extended. So moto for up to 6 months for project registered on or after 25th March 2020 under RERA.
Third is measure and taxation. Well, government has reduced TDS rates by 25%. This is applicable on all payments like interest, rent, brokerage, supply, etc. And this will be enforced from 14 March until 31st March 2021. This reduction will release 50,000 crores in the hands of people. All pending refunds of charitable trust, non-profit businesses, cooperatives and small partnerships shall also be issued immediately. Now, due dates of all IT returns filing have been extended from July 31st to November 30th. Vivase Vishwas scheme has been extended till 31st December 2020. Dates of assessment getting barred as on September 30th have been extended to December 31st, 2020. Thank you.